Good day, gentlemen. Lawrence of Asia coming at you once again from Hoi An, Vietnam. And today I want to talk to you about this simple idea of staying on track and being focused on today. Not looking back at yesterday, not looking ahead at what's to come, but putting your energy in today. Because, gentlemen, life is truly lived in a day. Every day we wake up, the wise man thinks to himself, thank God I have a new life. Every day is a new life. We wake up again. We never know if we're going to wake up or not. We do take life for granted in general. But gentlemen, I want to remind you to stay focused on the day. When we are working in the present, that's where we have true force. That's where we're able to access our true power, our creativity, our intuition. We're able to access our intuition. And that's where we can truly make anything happen. It's in the present moment. It's today. So most of the time, gentlemen, we'll be focused on something that stressed us from the past, or we'll be reliving it over and over and over, and there's generally no point in this. It's not a wise way to utilize our energy, right? Also, we will oftentimes keep thinking ahead on what we're going to do in the future, and we're giving our power away, gentlemen. We are weakening ourselves tremendously. It's detrimental to our mental potentiality that we keep focusing on the past or in the future. Be present here today and do your best here today. What's the next action I can take to further my life? And do that. Think of life in terms of small wins, and just a little win, doing the right thing, doing what you know you need to do. Brush your teeth, shower, trim your beard, get your exercise in, drink your water. The little wins, gentlemen, are how we get ahead. That's what contributes to the bigger wins, gentlemen. So, I'm in Hoi An, and I'm really happy to be back. This town is very much quaint. It's a soft, relaxed, humble people that live here, and the people are just really gracious and kind, and very appreciative of any exchanges you have with them, whether verbally or whether you do patron their businesses or whatnot as well. Some really incredible, genuine and sweet people. So I do love being here, love being back. Found myself on the beach today, and absolutely loved it. Gentlemen, let me be ultra honest with you. Now, I don't have a lot of you gentlemen actually subscribe to the channel. We're at about 90 some odd subscribers now, and thank you all so very much. But I want to be very honest with you because I think it will be helpful for your own growth. Now, gentlemen, you'll notice that you'll have the ball rolling forward, but most of us have these sabotaging habits that step in and they stunt our growth. Mine being alcohol and weed. And especially weed seems to stunt my growth. It seems to stunt my progress, where I just feel like, why do anything? And I don't have it takes away my motivation to do anything. And yes, I have some profound meditation through that. And I used to use and utilize weed for meditation, so that I could fall into that state. Nowadays, gentlemen, I no longer need that whatsoever to bring about that state of meditation within myself, that deep state of reflection and presence, right? And so, being that recently I've used ganja again, I found myself out of harmony, out of alignment, and not making progress, gentlemen, drifting, and not making progress on my YouTube, not making progress on my book, not making progress on my business, And I've generally just drifted since I've come in here to Vietnam. Now I've been organizing my stuff, been strategizing on next couple of weeks and so forth, but not to say that the ganja is not its own medicine and beautiful in its own way. However, gentlemen, there comes a point in time where you have to say enough is enough, and you have to sacrifice certain things so that you can reach new levels and new heights. And for me, I've got to sacrifice weed. I can't touch it. I can't entertain it because it really does stunt my progress so much. I mean, really, gentlemen, one decision could be the difference between you making giant progress over the course of a week and like hitting a level that you've never hit before, and it could be you sliding backwards and then it taking you another 1-2 months to get back to where you were, and then you just baseline. Whereas if you would have just been able to stick to wise decisions consecutively, you could have hit some exponential growth that otherwise you may not see. So you may be sabotaging your own greatness, and we often do that with drugs and alcohol, gentlemen. We honestly do stunt our growth. Also with sugar and other vices, pornography, all the pleasure seeking, the immediate pleasure, anything that's immediate pleasure, even sex, gentlemen, can become a vice and an addiction, and oftentimes and most of the time it does, and then therefore it stunts our growth, gentlemen. The real growth, life is not about getting everything, gentlemen. It's in who you become along the way, right? The character that you build along the way. And you don't want it to be easy. And gentlemen, the short-term pleasures are easy, and they're also sabotaging. The long-term slow growth of discipline, daily disciplines, working out, keeping your health in check, your mental health in check, your daily meditation for 5 minutes to an hour, these things are not easy, and that you will not necessarily see immediate benefit, but there's long-term great benefit due to the simple fact that you're not sabotaging yourself. You're making progress, and you're consecutively moving in the right direction. So this idea of little wins, gentlemen, fall in love with the little win and keep making those little wins. What's one little thing you can do right now? Drink some water. I mean, it's the simplest of things, right? But it's always a benefit to us to drink decent water, right? Drink more water. Most people, 90% of people, are habitually dehydrated. They don't actually drink enough liquid. They don't actually drink enough water, gentlemen. So do yourself a favor right now. Drink some water. What I'm getting at is the little wins. You want to stack these little wins, right? It could be 10 push-ups. It's still a little win because there's no negative consequence. It's all upside, right? Now, you could look at this like a business as well, gentlemen. In a business, right? You have some businesses that have very high risk, and then they might have a decent upside, but you have other businesses that have no downside, next to no downside, an investment of $200-300 maybe, but $1 million+ upside, massive upside. That's the type of businesses I'm interested in, gentlemen. Something that can go to the moon, but doesn't necessarily require a lot of risk, right? So here in Hoi An, I've started traveling again here in Southeast Asia. Now, gentlemen, if you don't know, I'm Lawrence of Asia, and I have traveled throughout Southeast Asia and Asia, Eastern Asia, for the last 13 years. I've lived in Asia. Also spent a lot of time in Central South America, a bit of time in Europe, a lot of time in Hawaii, and I've been throughout the States over these last 13 years as well, but a lot of Central and South America, and mostly Asia. More than half of these last 13 years have been spent in Asia. So I know it very well. I know all of Asia very well. Not been to the Philippines, one place I haven't been within Asia, even though I feel like I do know it fairly well. I know the people there relatively well, because you meet them everywhere here within Asia. Now, gentlemen, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And remember this, gentlemen, small wins and stay present in today. This concept of not living in yesterday, not living tomorrow, but being present here today, that's how we get ahead. It's the small wins, gentlemen. Progress. Stay focused on today. Celebrate your small wins, and especially celebrate your big wins. When you hit your goals, gentlemen, celebrate. Have a celebration. You know, whether that means splurging on some really healthy green juice or whatever it may be, but celebrate, treat yourself, gentlemen, and ideally treat yourself in a holistic way versus a debauchatorious way. If that makes sense. All right, gentlemen, God bless. I love you. I hope you're doing well, gentlemen. Stay sharp, stay healthy, and remember to be your own best friend, gentlemen. Don't be hard on yourself if you slide backwards or if you relapse into addictive, negative behavior that's not truly serving you. Do not beat yourself up and do not be hard on yourself. You're not going to do yourself any good. The best way to continuously progress if you do slide backwards is to be easy on yourself and then move forward. You know, didn't want to do that. I did it. Be easy on yourself. Have compassion for yourself, gentlemen. Be your own best friend, like I said, and then continue to move forward. Gentlemen, are you having trouble with your woman? Remember, I just want to leave you all with this. Gentlemen, remember your own self-respect. Keep your peace in your heart, in your communication. If there's not love there, something's wrong. Now, I'm talking from an idealistic standpoint. Ideally, all of your interactions and exchanges, you want love to be there at the center of all your interactions, gentlemen. That's ideal, in my eyes anyway. It's hard to do in a relationship. We get frustrated, we get disrespected, etc., etc. Now, if it's too much and you're not able to keep your peace, I encourage you to find your space, gentlemen. Take some space to yourself and find your peace. A couple of hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe you spend the night in a hotel. Come back fully present and in control of your emotions and move forward again. We as men are called to be the guiding light for everyone around us, gentlemen. And we have to be the guiding light for ourselves, gentlemen. That means we need enough rest, we need enough sleep, and we need enough self-love. We need our own healing. We need enough self-care, gentlemen, where we're truly connecting with ourselves. That's why I talk about meditation and a daily journaling as well. But even if you're able to meditate for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes a day, gentlemen, the 5-minute meditation can have profound impacts in helping you to sort out your mind and all the busyness and chaos so that you can come to your center point, gentlemen, where you can access this infinite power, gentlemen, where you can truly create from a place of infinite potentiality, gentlemen. All is possible, and you are connected to all that is, whether you know it or not. Be that which you wish to receive, and it will already be yours, and you will wish not to have that thing anymore. The great paradox, gentlemen. When you become the man who needs no woman, all women want you, right? When you rise above that desire for them, they're all attracted to you. But then at that point, you no longer want or desire them. It's a great paradox. All right, gentlemen. I wish you well. God bless. Now, Hoi An is one of my favorite towns within all of Southeast Asia and the entire world. And there's a great beach not far away either. And I'm about to head back to the beach, more than likely, get in the water and cool off. All right, guys. Leave some comments below if you have something you'd like for me to make a video on. Let me know, and I'll get back with you soon. All right? You gentlemen, stay sharp, stay healthy, stay well, and we'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon. All right, guys. God bless. Peace.